The Fudge Man has been at it again. Sounds like a Batman villain from like the Camp Batman. There was some breaking news from James Fudge over at the Esports Advocate. And again, regular viewers, what did I tell you? Right again on the Saudi topic. I told you that when the IESF was given over to the Saudis via the mechanism of the presidency, and the Global Esports Federation was given over to the Saudis as well, I said they were going to form an alliance, if not a formal merger, and then they were going to take a run at the Olympics, because the Saudi Arabian family believe that further to the goal of sports washing, you need to be on the Olympic stage. It's kind of weird, and it will feel a bit anachronistic to a lot of the Zoomers, Gen Alpha, the most silly named generation of all time, because you definitely Alpha you ain't. But for us boomers, well, you know, I guess I'm technically a millennial, but I always felt Gen X. For us, we remember, you know, what the Olympics are. The Olympics, by the way, have always been hugely politically important. There was a certain Austrian, for example, that commandeered the Olympics, actually for the purposes of sports washing his evil regime. And Russia have done it in recent years, from China, and getting the Olympics and having the Olympic ideals, right? It's a big deal to politicians. It's a big deal to sports people. It won't mean anything to you, but if you of a certain generation, you know, you have fond memories of like people overcoming adversity and people coming from all over the world together to get up on a podium and, you know, hold each other's arms aloft in triumph, and all these like incredible, poignant, touching moments as we transcend borders and nationalities and languages. That's what the Olympics is about, and that's what the Olympic spirit is about. So naturally, Saudi Arabia want to be like, whoa, look, you know, if they can conquer and rule esports, and esports gets into the Olympics, Saudi Arabia will always have a presence smiling and waving with all the other despots, and everyone goes, oh, it's the Olympics, God bless it, it's so good, it warms your heart. And so the merger looks, well, I mean, it's not really a merger, but they formed a group. So they maintain the identities, and they're going to be working in cooperation. So it says here, on the heels of signing a memorandum of understanding to work together at the Riyadh 2023 Global Esports Games in December, which was followed from a memorandum of intent they signed in November, the International Esports Federation and the Global Esports Federation announced on Wednesday that the two organizations have formed the Esports Leadership Group, the ELG. And by the way, I haven't seen a list of this yet, but I'ma just tell you, I'm working on something at the moment, and I'm looking up, like, who are the people that sit on the boards of these things? And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people with ties to ESL and disgraced former team owners and stuff like this. They're all getting a second chance thanks to Saudi Arabia. They're all running these like little esports projects with their bullshit, bogus expertise. And Saudi don't care. Will you toe the line? Oh, absolutely, sir. Anything. So I look forward to seeing a membership list of the ELG. The ELG will be chaired by the International Olympic Committee Vice President Sir Myang Ng, with participation from IESF President Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan Al Saud and the GEF President Chris Chan. Not that one. The goal of this new group is to create a series of working teams focusing on implementing the principles outlined in the Memorandum of Understanding into a set of tangible initiatives, according to a release. I mean, it might be that one. We'll know if we see Sonic Chew as the Olympic. It's like the Olympic logo. Oh no, I'm so terminally online. I wish I didn't know about that shit, but whatever. Anyway, on the International Olympic Committee's involvement, Sir Myang said the following: "We are entering an exciting phase in the development of esports, including the recent announcement by the IOC on the Olympic Esports Games and diverse content being offered around the world. The collaboration of efforts and work between GEF and IESF will contribute to the global development of esports and the prospect of collaborating with the International Olympic Committee in sports." Oh yeah, that thing Richard said you were all going to do months ago. Oh yeah, okay. "The bridging of esports and sports will create limitless opportunities for young people around the world, capitalizing on the innovation of esports and the values of sports. It's my privilege and pleasure to work with Prince Faisal and Chris Chan on this exciting endeavour." And you can see here, it's long been rumoured that the GEF and the IESF would eventually merge into one organisation, but over the last several months, sources have been telling the Esports Advocate that with Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Sultan Al Saud's involvement in GEF as vice president and the president of the IESF, this goal is a lot closer to becoming a reality. The International Olympic Committee's involvement also falls in line with the country's goal of becoming an important destination for international esports events, which could become part of the Esports World Cup that will take place in the summer. These efforts to cooperate also dovetail into the Saudi government's other efforts to bring international tourism to the region, with revenue being generated at its megacity entertainment and resort destination projects such as Qiddiya and Neom. And indeed, Qiddiya is the hot property, no pun intended again. It's going to have, this esports complex where they want all the teams, all the big orgs to have headquarters there and access to the training facilities and be there for X amount of months out of a year. And that's what's going on. As I've already said many times, I just don't have enough to really write a robust article about it at this point, but I know it's true, and I know it's happening, and I know it's been confirmed. It's been confirmed to me by multiple people. The devil's just in the details. I don't feel I have enough to really publish something informative. But the Esports World Cup is just giving people money. We want you to participate in the Esports World Cup. We will give you money to have a team. They're going to frame it not so much as a stipend, but as a program to get people involved in esports they're not involved in. They're going to frame it as like, oh, we're giving back to the esports community. And as I said, there's been multiple orgs already that have gone out and signed, teams and players in certain disciplines that are going to be at the Esports World Cup, because they're getting paid for it. They're getting a big single cash stipend for the year to run the team. And that's going to come out soon. They were meant to announce last week, and they didn't for some reason. So, who knows? It's all happening. I mean, the Saudi takeover is just... It's just absurd at this point, kind of how far it's got. There's no stopping it. The only way to win is not to play. But people don't seem to be too keen on that idea, because you are leaving bags and bags and bags of money on the table, which I don't think I've ever seen anyone in esports do that ever. A greedy bunch of gannets.